former Conservative MP and leader of UKIP, Neil Hamilton, and the commentator, broadcaster and journalist, Sam Dowler. Let's talk about Rishi, shall we? We're dedicating tonight's show to our new PM. It's our new Prime Minister special. And indeed, it seems that Liz Truss has got the gig. But what of the runner-up? Where does it leave Rishi Sunak? Clearly, he's tried his best despite his ill-thought-out campaign. But he just hasn't cut the mustard. If anything, he's talked himself out of being Prime Minister. So it begs the question, what should he do next? Should Rishi Sunak, in the national interest, serve in Liz Truss's cabinet? Neil Hamilton.
Well, I think that Rishi is a massively overhyped product. I think he's been an absolutely useless Chancellor of the Exchequer, and he's proved himself in this leadership campaign to be a hopeless politician. He's presided over doubling the national debt in his brief period as Prime Minister, and now he's insisting that we should be raising taxes as we go headlong into a recession, quite the opposite of what should be done. So I think he is a disaster, and the Cabinet would be much better off without him.
Is it fair to blame him for the national debt? He's been writing cheques for Boris Johnson.
Yeah, without any question. Although he now says, of course, that he opposed all these things in the Cabinet at the time. Look, the Chancellor of the Exchequer is second only to the Prime Minister in terms of internal power dynamics in the Cabinet. If he had put up a spirited fight against it, we would have heard about it at the time, and we didn't. So I discount all that. We know what a catastrophe the government's reaction to COVID has been, which now, of course, limits their capacity to do what is necessary in order to attack a real crisis, which is not of their own making. The COVID crisis was a crisis entirely of their own making, and it was entirely unnecessary, as we know from the international examples like Sweden, which didn't make those mistakes.
And states in America, of course, like Florida and Texas.
Yeah.
Sam?